you were in school when Keegan Michael Key was there, right? When he did the
Yeah,
Franklin
yeah.
impression.
I forget what year I was. I might have even been a senior at that point. Um,
I think it was like
but yeah,
fall of, or spring of six. Let me think. It was spring of 16, I think. Maybe.
yeah, that sounds right. So that was my senior year. Yeah, I thought that was the case because I remembered um Lash was still being renovated. Like I
Okay.
remember that whole year, like whole preseason. Um, like we couldn't use the locker room at all. So the locker room was off limits for like 6 months. So during like all of our workouts, conditioning and spring ball, we literally had to change. Like the receivers changed in the like the receiver meeting room and like the DB's DB room, and so on and so forth. So it was like it was the weirdest kind of time because we literally didn't have lockers. It was just kind of like a little room. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know how I remember like how that lines up with when Keegan Michael Key came in. But I remember for some reason like we definitely weren't in the locker room at that point. Um, but yeah, man, he was hilarious. We weren't expecting that at all. Um, so I thought that was I could have actually sworn was that spring ball or was that I thought it was homecoming and he when he was homecoming king. I could be wrong.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure it's a spring
so
game.
so so there were two instances like you say. One was homecoming. He was back for a homecoming, and there was also one. It was right around the blue white game because he came out of the blue white game and did like a pregame interview and the whole antic. So there were two different
Yeah.
occasions.
Okay. Yeah, that was hilarious though. Like we weren't expecting that at all. And like he walks in, with the whole Franklin get up and everybody just kind of did a double take. Like there was a like a delayed response because he looks, with the glasses, with the get up, like everything like to a T, like the way he walked in, everything. But like everybody did a double take. There was like a couple of seconds where it was like, oh, that's just Coach Franklin. Wait a second. And then there was just like this uproar of laughter, excitement, and then he just killed it. Like he went through like he didn't even introduce himself. Like he kept on the Franklin face and like he just went through a team meeting as if he was Franklin and it was so funny. And he got it to a T. Like we were talking to him and I'm not sure if it was in the video, um, but he was like studying like how he went through meetings, like just different phrases he would say, like, buzzwords and um it was just so funny, man. We were not expecting it, but that was yeah, that was a cool little treat.
I didn't know that he just like kept talking like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought he just came in and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's him," and then that's hilarious. So, did Franklin ever come in when he was doing that? Do you remember?
I think he probably like snuck through the door like in the back like after we kind of realized it was him because I'm sure he wanted to see it. Because right afterwards, like yeah, he came down, they were, standing next to each other, everything like that. But um yeah, like he literally went through like so for our team meetings, the first thing like he'd come in and he'd put up a quote on the board and pick somebody on the team to read it out. And if you would like stutter or like kind of mess up a little bit, like he'd be like read it again. And of course, I don't know who he picked. I think it might have been our Australian punter back in the day,
Pascarillo.
Danny. Yeah, Pascarillo, and I think he was just like laughing through the quote. So he was just like, "Do it again, do it again, do it again." Um, and then like he would go through like the script, like he did everything to a T. Like and he didn't break character at all. Um,
Wow.
it was funny, man. It was pretty funny. Like I said, like he literally studied. I think they were taping our team meetings maybe for like a week or a couple weeks, and he literally studied his mannerisms to get them down. So that was pretty cool.
Definitely a
Yeah,
pro's pro.
Yeah, that's funny. I like I said, I didn't know that he did that whole thing. That's hilarious. But yeah, he was there with Spice Adams too. I think it was the spring game, and Spice was like
Mhm.
interviewing him, and he was he was running across the field. I think he was like in Franklin that way too, but imitating, I should say. Yeah, that was funny. But